And good morning, everybody. Welcome to SNSN. It is a Tuesday morning, and it's also happy Halloween. It's Halloween, everybody. And we have the scariest person of all in the studio today. He's once again running for first selectman in the town of Plainfield. Here he is, the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the benevolent czar, first selectman, Kevin Cunningham.
Good morning.
And I say that because we're friends. Yep. How you been?
Busy.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
Yeah, it's a little of everything. You're still doing work on things that are happening in the town. Working to
right.
By the way, are you going to dock this person pay or no?
Nah, she shows up when she wants.
What's up?
So,
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
yeah, she just, whenever.
Yeah.
If this was like a real radio gig, should have been fired a long time ago.
That's right. Just dock my pay.
Yeah.
No, it's that song. Nothing from nothing leaves
nothing. Yeah. Better yet, do you know who did it?
Uh,
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing, and you got to have
Dr.
nothing.
Hook.
No. You're in the right area.
There, yeah.
Billy Preston.
There we go.
So, anyway,
Busy.
Everything's busy because
Yeah.
this is you're looking for your third term.
Correct.
The first two terms, I would say, have been pretty successful.
Yeah,
and you have you've built you following even more so since now. I remember when you first ran again, for your first term in this stretch.
Yes.
Where it was almost like a what's what I'm looking for. I don't want to say it wasn't like a cult, but it was definitely a
Grassroots.
a movement.
Yeah.
It was definitely a movement, and you just continued on, gaining support, and really, up until today, it seems like it hasn't stopped. So, I mean, your popularity continues to grow. You're like one guy we don't hear any scuttlebutt about, well, Cunningham did this and Cunningham did that and that son of a, don't hear anything like that.
Unless you're at my house. Yeah.
And you've had great success, as the Plainfield first selectman. So congratulations on a job well done, sir.
Well, thank you.
However, I'm assuming you do have your detractors.
Of course.
So what is the let's get this out of the way. What is the one thing or the biggest thing that is maybe a negative that you hear before we get into the positives? Let's just do you hear, from residents, what's the big negative they say? I wish Cunningham would do this, or I didn't like that Cunningham did that.
Oh boy. We've done so much. There's not a lot left really to do that are major issues.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like a minor issue is looking for a place for a dog park. That's very difficult. And finding a place, maintaining it, things like that. We're still looking into that. Those are the things I think we're working on, just about everything you can think of, between economic development, between doing recreational additions into the town, of small businesses, large businesses.
Yeah.
Trying to still stay supportive with the ones that are open and running and trying to help out everybody. That's why I was saying earlier, we're busy.
Yeah.
And I didn't even bring a flyer with me, but basically on our flyer, it talks about all the different things that we've been doing, starting off with we have two parks in our town, which are veteran parks. One's in Moosup, one's in Plainfield, and we redid them both. That was one of the things we did. And again, we're not, looking to reinvent the wheel, but basically keep history going. And I thought that was a great start. We brought back the bus from NECOG, which is a help. It's one of the best lines that they have through NECOG is in Plainfield. So we talk about that every NECOG meeting. We're working to, make more improvements into the town. Matter of fact, today, for anybody who's listening or going through the area, that Squaw Rock Road is section of it is being repaved. Doing that this morning, and tomorrow will be a continuation for where it ends off on Lathrop Road going up the hill, because the state finished their project. Now we're going to continue up the hill. There's lots of projects going on. I'm waiting for paperwork back from the state of Connecticut to finalize the deal with allowing a sidewalk continuation from Eastern Bank going up in front of under the highway area, so it's safe to walk and be able to use a wheelchair accessibility for ADA compliances to go over to Big Y. There's other things. The sidewalk we just completed, one of the 3 phases for sidewalks for Shepherd Hill. The other things, we have grants outstanding right now. We have to do administration of grants. I lost our grant writer. He got poached.
Oh.
Went over to Wyndham. Thank you, Mr. Jim Rivers. But anyways, we're working to do all sorts of things ourselves to administer those grants. We had $350,000 available for small businesses through ARPA monies to help them out to when they were struggling or helping them to upgrade,
Right.
so I think stay in town.
The Borough of Jewett City did that as
Yep.
well.
Yeah, we started it off. It was a very successful program. Wish I had more money, but right now we're towards the end of our monies we have for ARPA, and we already had a plan out there. We're looking for a structural engineer to go to the high school to go to the town hall. The town hall has a ramp which is not ADA compliant. It's been like that from day one.
You mean the ramp getting into the building?
Yep. So it's too much of a steep pitch. So what we're doing is we're looking at that. We're looking at the water coming into the building. And again, we're looking at the structural integrity of underneath. And we have to jack up some of the beams just to make sure we're safe for years to come. And fix all 3 things. We'll use the remainder of the ARPA monies for that. And we've been working with the school system for their feasibility study, whether they are going to be able to find out if a building has proper heat and what to do to upgrade it, because I know they don't.
Okay.
It's been like that since 2001. And we haven't taken care of those things, and we have a plan to take care of those things. A feasibility study could also say something like, we only have 56% capacity at our schools.
Wow.
So why would you go around continuing to open up all those schools and not concatenate
Right.
a couple or one, and at least save some money and either sell the building or reuse the building? So that's something we're talking about. I've talked about that for 2 years.
Which school?
We don't know. No, this is a independent company
Okay.
coming in, taking a look, saying, okay, you need a heating system upgrade here or a roof here. I know, by the way, you've got too few classrooms being used, so we recommend A or B.
Can you move the microphone just that way a little bit?
How's this?
Perfect. Perfect. There you go.
Okay. So yeah, so we're looking at that. Lots of different things that we've worked on. Obviously, for those people continue to make those fun comments on social media, Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Sure. Amazon has contacted us 2 weeks ago and said they'd like to know what paperwork they have to put in the charging stations, which is a step in the right direction.
See, I thought it was going to become FEMA housing.
That is a very cruel joke. You know that there's no way they can. Anyways, but that's what they're looking at right now is to
Good.
put up the.
So the answer is no.
So they're moving forward.
Yes.
Good.
Yep. And then of course the other one is a big business. If you don't mind, I'm gonna do that quick announcement for you.
Uh-oh.
So we just to kind of preface this, we've had you on every single time for the last 2 years.
Yep.
Say okay, and then you kind of you drop little nuggets.
Yep.
Of what's going on, off the old exit 88,
Yes.
and then you'd say there was how many square foot it was going to be one time, and
Yep.
another time you said, well, it's going to be some sort of warehousing,
Yep.
possibly, but you didn't say who or what.
Right.
And I'm like, well, it's already Amazon. They got, what else are they doing? So now you're ready to announce what is going in that building or that area.
Okay, so
So you.
I am pleased to announce that the town of Plainfield has been working with a premier warehouse distributor to come to Plainfield. The company is Uline, and it's a corporate headquarters are in Wisconsin. They have 2 sites in Canada, 2 in Mexico, and 9 in the U.S. So it's a family-owned business, a leading distributor of shipping, industrial, packaging materials to businesses throughout North America. They purchased the land in Plainfield from, it was Derek Santini and Ernie Colello. And anybody can go online and take a look. It is now has their home address on there for Uline, which is in Wisconsin. They purchased it for $17 million. Then they've been having many discussions with the town officials. They've spoken to us. They actually came to visit, which is fantastic. They wanted to talk to the building inspector and the fire marshal. I asked if it's okay to bring in the police chief and also the fire chief of Plainfield. And we had a great conversation back and forth. We were up against 2 other places, one in Massachusetts and also Providence. And so we were fortunate to win out. It's a great company. They pay well. They treat their employees well. Great jobs, and they have annual bonuses as well. It's their company that's coming into this area. They had an opportunity, by the way, to take a state what we call that, a tax break. They said no. They said no because they want to be part of the community.
Nice.
Why would you want to be coming into the community and take a tax break and everybody upset with you? So this is what they do all over.
Yeah.
So, anywhere from, I think, $1.2 to $1.4 million a year coming in for taxes was fantastic. So that would be great. And the jobs are, you got a job that's paying upwards of, 25 for a base and $6 an hour bonus. You're making 65,000 plus the $7,000 or $8,000 bonus at the end of the year. You're making 70s working in a warehouse. They don't like working weekends. So they also don't work 3 shifts. They work 2. They have a night crew, which is, that night crew is basically the warehouse security guards and also just cleanup, so maintenance people.
So the weekends, what a great place for a
Party.
a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They're not going to be there Sundays. Neither will they be.
Yep. So we hope that there are announcements coming soon. We were told they would be coming, and I was given okay to make this announcement on behalf of Plainfield. So the starting jobs are about 200 to start. They'll end up around 500 or so for jobs. They have about 60 buildings in North America. About 9,000 employees are privately owned, and they have no debt. So yeah, they're very good. A great 401k tuition of employees, employee discounts, and growth and opportunities are there. So definitely something. It's a 1.2 million square foot warehouse.
It's big.
And where's that
That's
going?
big.
On 14A, as you the middle exit, your old exit 88.
The old exit 88, you take a right.
Yep. So it's 29, I think, is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just up the hill.
Yep.
So it's not going to impact residents as they're going through neighborhoods. So it's right off the highway, right on the highway. So
Perfect.
we're looking for that to go forward. One of the things I did when we sat down for negotiation,
Is it by the old orchard? The old orchard?
up on the right.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, it's on the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So one of the things I think that I'm impressed was the fact that we had a great interaction for our interview. The other thing was we had we have a retired now, but retiring at the time, building inspector, and I talked to him and tried to negotiate to see if he would do the same thing he did with Amazon, which was do the daily punch check list. So go out there and verify everything's okay, and it allowed them to build that building quicker. Same thing is going to happen here.
Nice.
So it's going to save them lots of money. And I think that's one of the other draws is we want to be partnering, be a part of the community. So that's one of the things I was happy to see. So we're working with them. I'd like to continue working with other small businesses and make sure that they stay. And so far, so good.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that is really good. Let's see. Let's take a look here. On the board, Daryl Nadu from the Healthy Computer, School Street, Jewett City, next to the
Dog groomer.
The dog groomer. That is correct.
I thought there was something else over there.
There's a clock shop.
The clock shop. Clock shop.
Okay.
Kevin,
Okay.
don't say that fast. Because that's on the other side of the building.
Yeah.
Or in the back.
Or the back. Daryl Nadu says, that's awesome. Congratulations on your reelection.
Daryl, I appreciate that very much. And just one quick message is,
And he's a Democrat.
yeah, it doesn't matter if everybody says, okay, you're going to win. It's, you're doing great. It really matters is who's going to come out to the polls.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get out there that day.
Yep.
That's the most important part.
Yep.
Just to go ahead and take care of one piece of business before you do have an opponent this year, Tom Sinkowitz.
Yep.
Tom had come in at one time to visit us here, and we had a nice conversation about a month ago, perhaps. And he was invited to come back and for today, but he was unavailable to make it today. So
okay.
So we have Mr. Cunningham. So anyway, so Kathy, did you? Okay,
Nope.
I thought you had something to say.
Nope.
Doesn't really have anything to say.
I'm good. No,
Okay.
My question was about the warehouse, the Amazon warehouse. So you already talked about that.
Yeah.
Because I know that was probably on a lot of people's minds.
Yeah. And there's charging stations. There's a lot of them.
You're talking about like Tesla.
Similar, yes, because what they do, they've noticed, if you've noticed, they have actually made an announcement that they're trying to go green, therefore all electric vehicles for the end mile.
Okay.
That's what that is, an end mile. So those will be the blue vans that come to your house.
Got it. So with Uline, you said 200 employees to start, up to 500
at
down the
end.
road.
Yep, because they're 200 to start with a lot of their people coming from another area and then starting to train people.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you have the people in the area to fulfill those jobs?
Yes.
I know
that's exactly where I was
because I know
going,
a lot
yeah.
of time, a lot of businesses now are saying they're hurting for workers. They don't have enough people or, whatever, but
Yeah. Well, if just reading along with what I mentioned, if your job starts in base 25 and a $6 an hour bonus, and you're getting warehouse money at 17 to 19 at other places, and you got a 401k, and you got great benefits and health care, and you've got all the things that you're looking for in a job anywhere else, I think that's going to be the attraction.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
fair.
amazing stuff. Facebook user says, thank you, Kevin. We need to get everyone out to vote. Facebook user says, Kevin and Art for Plainfield.
Yep.
So absolutely a lot of backing.
Yep.
I know I've talked to Paul about it, and talked to, Kathy and I have mentioned it. I haven't seen anything negative really in your entire reign of terror in Plainfield.
That's one way to put it. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Kevin and I go back a little bit before his election, where you actually, and we had a little bit of a business relationship here, where you came in and did a show for how long? Did you do it for? About
Over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did. He did a talk show for quite some time.
And I got paid the same amount you did.
Did you? Yeah.
Got paid the same amount I did too.
Yeah.
So
I had to bring donuts.
I was looking
Yeah.
around. I'm like, I don't see the donut
I don't
box
see any
this
donuts either.
morning.
Yeah.
I brought those nice donuts last time, and we walked
Way to
out
go.
together and you just left them here. I was like, really?
Oh,
I ate
you
one.
left 'em
I ate
here?
one.
Jelly donut.
I ate a jelly donut. But then I did come back into the studio after they left, and then I snarfed them up. So I wasn't going to do that.
yeah, he practically
know.
lives here. He's always here.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
me at the town hall. That's all. It's the only place I go. Yeah.
My friend Mike goes, and he's like, he goes in this Saturday. Kevin's here.
Yeah.
So one thing I think was kind of funny is that, and this has nothing to do with you being a first selectman, but I went on vacation last summer, beginning August, and or this summer, and my friend Mike Krause,
Mhm.
was
Yeah, I know, Mike.
who was messing around here, helping me out and
Oh.
stuff, and then he was also driving the SNSN car,
Yeah.
driving it around.
Oh, that was
And-
him?
That was
Oh,
Ah!
I
he,
shouldn't
he
have
was
called the
parked
police.
next to the dog groomer.
So it was funny because, he would tell me Kevin's going to call the police, because it's a stolen vehicle or
Yeah.
something like that.
I messaged you saying, Did you?
I was on a boat when I got that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was funny. So we're doing it again. So so in May.
If I see it.
Yeah, just I'm gonna give you
Ignore.
a heads up.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you could actually call.
I'll ask next time I see Mike. I'll have him do a picture face forward, turn left, turn right. That way it's all set to go.
I'm telling you. Next time, seriously, if there just happens to be an officer around,
Oh my God, that would be funny.
mess with them.
That would be so funny.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
And then take pictures and then send it to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, this is awesome." You
That
do
would-
that, I'll make a donation to the police department.
There we go.
He'll bring them donuts,
I will bring. That's always a win.
right?
Yeah. So let's talk about art for a minute.
Sure.
So how did that come about with him also running
Yep.
on the same ticket
Yep.
with you?
So I was looking for people to run with, and it was mentioned at one of the town votes, and we chatted a little bit, and he said if he couldn't find anybody, he definitely would be interested in doing it. And we talked further about it, and so absolutely, it was a great partnering, and we're working together on things. I'll just put it like this: I don't want your running mate is going to be someone just going to shake their head and say yes. Well, then you don't have any third person, because there's 3 on the board. You don't have a third person really interacting and being part of the sessions. So
Yeah.
definitely, looking back, because someone made a comment about, the Republicans always outvote at every single meeting, always outvote the Democrat. And I look back, there's been over 200 action items in the last 2 years. And we always don't see eye to eye, but we also have a very good track record about trying to come to a common ground. So
Isn't that really what it's about?
yeah, it's just you try to find yourself some input from another person, and if that's something that makes more sense, then you go with your feelings about how that works. So while Art and I haven't voted together on every single thing, I think there was 2 or 3 things in 2 years that we didn't vote together on, and it's almost the same thing with the Democrat who's on the board. So it's good to hear a different opinion.
And who's the Dem on the board right now?
That's Scott Gardner.
Yeah, that's how you make good decisions. That's where you get the ideas, the brainstorming, the thinking outside the box, different perspectives, experiences. You need to have that, no matter what your political affiliation
For
is.
some reason, I thought it was Dan Real for a bit.
Don't go there.
No, he's not on the board. He's in Jewett City now.
I know.
He lives here.
He was
now.
on the show.
He came on the show.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
Enlightening young man.
Yes.
So, but I guess he will not be running in Plainfield anymore.
Well, not a
he's not a
resident
resident.
here.
I was very surprised to find out he wasn't running here, because he was here. He's here right during the election cycle.
Mhm.
So I thought maybe he was going to jump into the race, and I didn't know if that was part of the reason why he moved to Grizzle. Let's try another town, to see, and he did not.
Nope.
So maybe someday,
Yeah.
he'll jump back in. So here's something that I don't know if Kathy is going to co-sign or not, but what is the state of the Republican Party in Plainfield as far as unity is concerned?
I would say we're growing. It's a more cohesive group. We're learning things as we go.
Yeah.
But we're also attracting more Republicans into the Republican Town Committee. I think you can see that by the way things have been voted on in national elections, local elections. We're working together to try to bring the party together on different ideas. So I think in the town of Plainfield, we can look at the numbers of registered Republicans have been raised dramatically over the last 6 years. So I'm happy to see that continue and hope it does further down the line.
The reason why I ask that is because the last election, there was the quote unquote red wave.
Mhm.
And it wasn't just here, but Plainfield as well.
Oh yeah.
It was Democrats basically were fending for their
Eastern
lives.
Connecticut was doing that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I know. I noticed that, and but now what I noticed too is, and Kathy is a part of this, so I don't expect her to go ahead and comment on this, but a lot of dissension, within the Republican ranks. Have you guys had that in Plainfield at all, or because obviously we know that Dana Bennett, who is the first selectman here in Griswold, did not get her party's nod to go forward.
Right.
So it's kind of a split down the middle.
No, we have actually had some issues where we talk it out and you come to consensus and you move forward. That's all it is. Whether it's a national topic, whether it's a local topic. I can go forward with, there was concern over the old Plainfield High School annex.
Yep.
And that was something that once we walked in and videotaped and saw pictures of it, most everybody knew that had to come down. It absolutely had to. As a matter of fact, when it was being demoed, there was one wall was tapped and almost fell on itself. It was that bad. So we talk about those things, and there may be some good and bad. The idea of that particular building, it should have been taken care of many years ago, and it wasn't, caused that to deteriorate, and the conditions really worsened very quickly. You get water coming into the ceiling area, freezing and back and forth, and that was actually causing more erosion to the point where the old buildings back in the 1920s, it was cement, it was rebar and cement on top, and that structure actually helped to hold itself together until the elements got to it. Once the elements got to it and the cement faded away or broke down, and it exposed the rebar, and that's the integrity is gone. So once we explain these things, I think most people really understood it. Should it have actually come down? No, it really should have been taken care of years ago to take care of it, but it wasn't. So we live with what we have and we move forward. There was concerns about what to do with it afterwards. We just got a steep grant, by the way. There's a couple of the other new thing. We had voted 2 votes, one to knock down the building with the $500,000 from the general fund, the fund balance. And the other question was, can we apply those monies towards a grant, a matching portion of it, so we can put something else up? And both passed. So we applied for a steep grant, and just about almost 2.5, 3 weeks ago, we received the word that yes, we received the grant for steep. What's going to go up over there is going to be a 140 by 60 pavilion with 2 bathrooms.
Oh, nice.
Across the street will have that parking area redone, re-engineered so the water runoff properly paved. I'm going to put a push button crosswalk going across. And unlike my opponent, who thinks that instead of doing that, they would just put up a gazebo and a couple of park benches, I verified with state DECD, 2 people within that group. You cannot just modify it to that large of a degree. If you say you're not going to put up a pavilion, and that's what you put your application in for, that's what you got to do. If you don't do that, small tweaks I can understand, but big things like that, you're not going to get the $500,000. And good luck applying again.
Right, and getting it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you won't be able to. So that's what's going there. A couple other things we're doing in town. Have you seen the playground for the Lions Park?
No.
Okay.
No.
We had the trunk or treat the other night, and there were about 100 kids on that playground.
Wow.
So it's used every day. About 30 to 40 kids come in the afternoon. As phase 1 of that, we have other things we're looking to put in: 2 bathrooms outside, small pavilion, a couple of basketball courts, an exercise area, volleyball court up at the other end. On phase 2 is going to be a raised stage, a pavilion, and then a splash pad up in the front by the bathrooms. Lights and cameras all around it for safety. That's the phase on that one. Then there's
Don't get them wrong. Because on the next part of the building, while the kids are playing, going to be 20 bays for adults to go over and get foot massage.
hey,
All complimentary,
make everybody happy.
from the town of Plainfield.
Yeah. That's 2 projects: the pavilion and of course Lions Park. The third one is open space over on Cape Downing Road. The state of Connecticut gave us 139 acres for landlocked property. We were fortunate enough to find there was a piece of property right by the road was for sale. We used open space to purchase, and also the same thing went to the Botello family, and they graciously offered us. We wanted just a little sliver. They said, "Well, no, you can have this bigger part." So we
So
purchased
the
all of it.
Botello family, just so you know, those are the folks that own and run highway campers.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful people.
Very
Yeah.
nice. So they definitely helped out the project in the town of Plainfield.
So what strip of land is
Okay.
free there?
So going up Cape Downing, just past the skate in, you'll see
Yeah.
the overpass for the highway.
Yes.
As soon as you get past that, you'll see the power lines going
Yes.
Right to the, it would be, I guess, left of the, or east of the power lines. We own 162 acres now.
Okay.
And that's all wooded. Working with an open space committee, they're working on a plan to do a trade-off with a company to come in. They'll take the wood and make the paths.
Okay.
So we're going to
Got
be
it,
putting
got
up a nature walking trail, a bicycle trail because it has to be passive recreation, no hunting, fishing, or motors. And then the third is a horse trail. And the fourth part in there would be a disc golf area.
Wow.
So that's that project. So that's 3. The fourth one is more,
What a great place for a dog park.
nope, can't do that.
Why? Because of the feces?
It's passive recreation, and you don't want dogs going in. No, anyway.
No, I heard a lot of the things is, as far as dog parks are concerned, you got to be careful because of dog poop and possible disease.
Well, we
that's
never
the
bring our dog
downside.
to a dog park because
Yeah.
you just don't know. You don't know if everyone else is vaccinated, the way, all the other animals are
Yep.
healthy and all
Do they
of that.
clean up after
So,
themselves?
right?
No,
Yeah, no.
most people don't. So then the final one is a community-based project in downtown Moosup. There's a small green area the town owns, that grassy area between Walgreens and Cumberland Farms. So I have the PBA, which helped to make a donation to purchase some items.
The Pro
have-
Bowlers Association.
Yeah. Plainfield Business Association.
I know.
And then we've got the
It's like
Rotary
busting your chops.
Rotary Club, which wants to donate to it. We have Alliance, which wants to help out with it. We have Mission Moosup, which was one of their original, intents to do more things downtown. Plainfield Beautification. We had a donation from Ernie Colello for some nice bollards that'll come down and be put around the park as well. We have park benches that are going in. We're going to have a gazebo there. We're going to have a brick-lined pathway to the gazebo, and it'll be level, so it'll be ADA compliant. We'll have power to it, lights to it, and camera.
Wow.
So and all the things that we're trying to do are be safe. We'll be putting cameras up. So
So I want to get to a couple of comments from people out in Chatland.
Mhm.
And by the way, if anybody has a comment or a question, please do so. We have probably another 20 minutes with you, 15, 20 minutes with you.
I have to leave in about 10.
10 or 10 minutes.
All right. The reason why I'm leaving in 10 minutes because I'm meeting with a developer who is
So you have 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
so the developer's coming into town. They're going to meet with us, and they're going to be talking about Intraroyal.
Yep.
Because if we're applying for a SIF grant, I'm meeting with my a team I hired for grants, my zoning officer, this developer, and we're trying to put a plan together for an application for a SIF grant for that Royal site. If we can get that for cleanup, he will buy it.
Is that a brownfield?
Ooh,
So
nice.
yeah, so that's what we're doing.
You're busy.
There's lots more.
Holy cow.
There's lots more.
All right, so let's get back into Daryl. Let's see, it's going to go back to I think the U-line area. Will there need to be any issues with 395 or need to be addressed with these big warehouses and their trucks?
As far as I saw something you wrote about lights. That would be a state study for traffic, and they would have to take care of that.
Okay. And would it be possible? Yeah, would it be possible to put a light at the old exit 88 ramp where Starkweather Road ends?
Yep. That's again a state road. Both are state roads, highway and 14A. So that would be a state request.
Some guy we know around here, not too famous, Ryan Aubin, says, "Hey Kevin, keep up the great work. Plainfield Recreation is awesome."
You two guys are talking together, aren't you? You and Mark.
Mark Simmons. Let's see. Naomi says, "Where is the video surveillance at the Lions Park going to be or going?"
Well, that's an easy, quick answer. It's going to be on all the lights that are going around.
Okay. Are the Plainfield police monitoring it?
No.
I have emailed Mr. Cunningham requesting information and to see the policy. I have not received any information back from Mr. Cunningham.
Well, if Miss Naomi Dow Smith would like to tell me which towns that she said have policies, I'd love to read them.
Okay.
Okay. Because I reached out to, and that's why I'm waiting for an answer back, really from CCM, which I just received. Connecticut Conference Municipalities, I asked them the question about who has cameras and who has policies. They gave me a list of 10 towns that have cameras and none have policies. So if
we have cameras here, don't we?
We do in the borough.
Now, Naomi, are you saying you
I can share
don't
that
want?
with you.
cameras?
I
or-
think she would probably want the police to monitor all of them.
Okay, all right. I
The
just want to make
problem,
sure.
the problem is surveillance with a lot of cameras. They would have to have a second person there to monitor them at all times. That's a cost. So really, it's just a matter of if something happens on a camera where there's like at the highway department, there's a break-in, we go back to the
It's reactive.
Yeah.
It's and that's in the borough, same thing. We don't
Right,
have somebody
right. That's
sitting
how I
there.
was gonna.
We don't have somebody sitting there 24/7 monitoring. We also have the license plate readers.
Right.
And they go back and look at them after the fact and we don't, the borough or does not. It's a request that you have to contact
Right.
the police.
It's just like at home.
The
If
police
you're
will
at
go and
home
look.
and you see something happening at your house and your camera system caught it, well, then you would call the police.
Right, exactly.
That's exactly what we do.
She says many towns do.
I like the names, please. And
Yeah.
see a copy.
And she goes on. She goes, "I'll be happy to send Kevin the towns." Well, if you know them, tell us now.
Yeah, right now would be
Yeah.
fine.
I would like to know. And I'm not trying to call you out, Naomi, but if you know, and you
Because
know,
then I can call the towns and get.
Yeah,
the,
let's
get
put it out in
copy.
a
I'll just
public
request a
forum.
copy.
Yeah.
I would like to know.
I'd say even DOT cameras aren't monitored 24/7.
Right.
I mean,
So, that's what we have right now. And again, right now we have them at the highway department, sewer department, police department. We have them at the town hall. We
Mhm.
have them. We have donated a camera system over to the Plainfield Little League. We have a camera system behind or in and around the Moosup Veterans Park because someone, after we had done the work to clean up that tank in that area,
Yeah.
they tagged the back of the tank. Brotherhood of Tankers, fantastic group, came back and fixed it up, and we put cameras up right away. We'll be having a camera going up over at the parking lot for our new parking lot. Again, there's so many things on the list, but the new parking lot for Railroad Avenue.
Okay.
And there's a reason why that camera is going to go up there, and it's going to be monitoring 24/7 the rail system going through. So if it's anything more than 5 or 10 minutes for their hookups, and that's the problem with the transfer, the switching station, we'll have that on tape, and now we can use that with the state DOT rails division and also the federal rails to show them that they're way over lengthwise.
Let's see. Daryl, of course, he's not snarky at all. From the Healthy Computer, School Street, Jewett City, reacting to Naomi's comment, says the town of Nunya has policy.
All right.
I can laugh. But Naomi does say Danbury does.
And other towns?
She says, "Let me go get the list."
Thank you. Okay.
So no, I'd be curious to know which ones.
Yeah.
I know the borough, we do have a policy that we created, but it's mostly because we were having people coming to us asking us for camera footage because somebody, their tire was flat or things like that, or they had somebody walking
No
by
problem.
their house, and
Yeah.
and we didn't want to. The monitors are in the state trooper's office, so we don't even have access to that. So we put in a policy saying, we're not here to monitor these cameras for you. This is for the police to monitor for safety and, vandalism and if there are any incidents, they have footage.
Yeah,
But I can get that.
I don't have any problem with. I understand
Some
that
people
people
don't
have
like
their
it.
right, and they don't want to be.
They're in public places though. The cameras are in public. And when you're in public, you don't have a right to that privacy that you would in your home.
Exactly.
So.
And that's just a cold hard fact, I mean,
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, if I'm walking down the street and I'm on a camera, I don't really care. You know why? 'Cause I didn't do anything.
No. And
I'm not doing anything.
Well, and-
if you're worried about that, well, then it's because you probably
everyone else is on it too.
are
so,
wanted.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh-oh.
going to show you this, and I'm going to go.
All right.
So people say, you want to have access to the first selectman. I'm there all the time. Everybody makes jokes about the fact I'm there all the time.
Yes.
I also immediately get back to people when they call in. So just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, what I do
Oh my God.
is I keep every single phone message
Oh
Call in.
My God.
from any resident or any
Let me-
business. And so these are all the phone notes.
Hold on a minute. Let me get the camera.
Holy cow.
So you
That's a
wanna see-
lot of
Whoops.
phone here. Oh,
Kathy, I apologize. I just dropped the camera and it went right. Never mind.
okay. That's all right.
Damn it. I'm trying to get the right camera here.
Sure. You want me to put it down here? Does that help?
Well, hold on a minute.
So somebody calls in and I make sure I get back to them. And I have verification that I've received the call and got back to them. The issues are,
Kevin has made a damn mess.
Yeah, yes.
so I'm there all the time. I return calls Fridays, Saturdays,
Yeah.
sometimes Sundays, just to make sure that people are, know what's going on. I go in on Fridays. I know that the offices of the town of Plainfield are not open on Fridays, but I am.
Yeah.
And I don't have to be.
That's one of the things my friend Mike said. Because he'll go into the pool area and he goes, he's always there.
I feel like I need to create a spreadsheet for you to keep track
boy.
of all this. I'm having like anxiety just looking at all of this paper.
So I try to help as best I can, and I'm there all the time. Before meetings, during meetings, after meetings, you can approach. We have public comment in the meetings. You can approach. And after the meetings, if you want to talk about something that you heard or said,
Turn his microphone towards him.
Oh,
if you want to, I'm very accessible.
I've never had a problem
That
getting in touch with you,
is-
and I don't even live in town.
My wife likes it because she knows where I am.
right?
Look
That's a
on
lot.
Look
Oh
on
my
Life 360.
God.
Where the hell is he?
Right?
I'm surprised
Wow.
she hasn't got a camera for me.
Wait a
She
minute.
does. You just don't know about it.
Damn it, he's at the Horse Brook again. He's at the Horse Brook.
Is that open again?
It's called the Brook.
Oh, it's called
New
the Brook.
ownership.
Okay.
Damn it, he's
That's
at
what
the
I thought.
Brook.
I thought I had heard that it had opened.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm there on Fridays because the administration before me wanted to make a change and have it so there's only a 4-day work week. The unions loved it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I did ask them already. I sat down in a meeting with them and I asked them would they consider coming back on a Friday with staggered shifts. I would be polite by saying there was a hearty no.
I was gonna say not met with welcome.
No matter what you wanted to do, they didn't want to partake. I understand that.
Hey, I don't blame them. Yeah.
Quick, another, because I know you got to run. Jennifer wants to know, wouldn't the cameras be covered under the FOIA rules if not monitored full time?
Right. They are.
Yep.
And then, of course, somebody says, I saw Kevin at the Brook
Uh-oh.
with his wonderful wife.
Aw.
How does Luann put up with you? How does Luann, who's a lovely, lovely lady,
Because he's never home. It's very easy. Very easy.
Yeah.
She's got a maid.
she's very kind. We've maybe a couple of times we've kind of bantered back and forth on social media.
Right.
But
She's
she's always very, very kind. How does she deal with you?
it's a great question. Love my wife. I actually talked her into running for office this time.
Really?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
office?
The zoning board
I threw it out there and he bit. There we go.
of appeals.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
as she's always saying, I hate politics, but I talked her into doing it. It's basically serving the town. That's what I love doing, serving the town. I'm on different things all the time. Look, I've joined Mission Moosup. I've joined the Lions Club. I'd help when I can for other things and events. Matter of fact, we have a couple things coming up I wanted to mention real quick before I go. We have on December 1st the Christmas tree lighting ceremony at the town hall. And it's the town hall employees who organize and put it together. Now, here's my little dig. Not Tom Sinkowitz, because he put that in his first ad that he did that. He did not.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing on December 1st. There is, but just before that, we got
And just so we know, we'll announce it again that Mr. Sinkowitz was invited to this conversation, but he couldn't make it due to other obligations.
Thanksgiving Day. Remember the old turkey dips?
Yeah.
Well, there's a new group doing it now, so it's the plunge. We'll be Plainfield Plunge will be kicking off this year, first time, and I want to thank the group that's working to do that. I volunteered to be the first one in the water.
Ooh,
You're nuts.
brave.
Yeah, they
No thanks.
do the plunge here, turkey dip
Yeah.
down behind the French Club. Where's it going to be? Moosa Pond? Or?
Moosa Pond, and we'll do donations going to Project Penn.
Nice.
Yep.
Very, very good.
Oh, that just sounds cold.
One quick comment left before, because I know you got to go. Jennifer says, regarding the cameras. So then I could see why there would be no reason for an additional policy, just another layer of bureaucracy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why make it more complicated if it doesn't need to be?
I mean, it's
Right.
still accessible to the public, to the police. I mean,
Yeah.
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 You want to see what goes on in the sewer department every day?
That is beautiful stuff right there.
Just want to remind people, November 7th is coming soon. I appreciate the opportunity to serve the town of Plainfield and its residents. I would like to continue that for the next 2 years. If you would consider coming out and voting on November 7th for our Republicans, I would appreciate it very much. And I can always be reached. And hopefully in a few minutes, I'll be reached by that business owner who wants to come into Plainfield for Inter-Royal. So
Vote row B.
Yeah. And Naomi, one more time, comes in and says, no, I want transparency in government.
Sounds like you have that.
I'm not sure what that means other than the fact that's
Just reading it out. That's all.
I've been doing that for 4 years.
Yeah.
And Naomi, you have access to my office like everybody else. You can come in and talk and ask questions anytime.
And he'll write it down and add it to his,
And he'll,
and he'll keep track of it in his.
put it in his Target bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
File it.
Throw it on the coffee table at home, and
I mean, I
go
don't-
in and go, look what I gotta do for homework tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't live in Plainfield, and I know a lot about what's going on there, being a resident in Griswold, because I hear, things that you're putting out, and
Basically,
you're
'cause we're
very
pissed.
open.
There's a lot of things going on there, and not anything going
Well,
on
that's
here.
part of it. But, I mean, as an outsider outside of Plainfield, I find, the folks in Plainfield to be very transparent.
Sure.
There's always a lot of information coming out.
Take a look on
and-
our Facebook page. Take
Yep.
a look on the website. We just posted something yesterday that the paving that was finished off by the state of Connecticut for the beginning of Lathrop, we have another project going on because we Blueberry Lane area was done for pipe work for the Connecticut Water and also around the town hall. We took the money in lieu of the paving. So we now are using that paving money to do the continuation from where the state left off to go up Lathrop Road and also part of Squaw Rock Road. So, trying to save the money from skyrocketing prices for next year, trying to do it now.
Smart move.
All right, I know you got to get the heck out of here.
Thank you
But
very much.
anyway, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Good luck on your bid for term number 3,
Well,
the hat trick.
Get out there and vote Tuesday.
All right.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you very much, Kevin. All right, we'll talk to you. And he's on the run.
He's gone.
He's out of here.
Working. Trying to get more business into Plainfield.
Here, why don't you move that way now?
Want me to just switch seats?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I like this seat better. Anyway.
So there we go.
I'm
Do you
looking
really?
for the. Yeah, I do.
And
Because
he
I
was-
can see you.
And actually, Kevin was going, I'm going to give her the one with the padding. That's exactly
that was
what he
nice
said.
of him.
So
That was nice of him.
let's
Very nice guy.
see. Facebook user says, I met Kevin on a Friday in his office, and I don't even live in town. He couldn't be any more available and transparent.
Yeah. Yep.
So there you go.
I'm really, again, I mean, I obviously don't live in Plainfield, but very impressed with what he's got going on there. He's got a lot of things in the fire, and he's getting it done, and it's, I mean, I'm happy for Plainfield, but it's so frustrating to hear all of that happening up there and to see what's happening in Lisbon, and we're in between and we're not seeing anything happen here. We're not hearing about anything happening here. We're not hearing about
No?
anything that's even being worked toward or worked on, or it's just so frustrating.
You're more involved in government than I am. I mean, I'm kind of like pseudo involved, by doing this,
Mhm.
but it's hard because I almost have to be careful because it's, I'm a resident, yet I'm trying to be
neutral.
in here. And
Yep.
sometimes it's just not possible.
Yep.
It's just
because
not.
as a resident, you can't help but be frustrated. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting $1 million+ in tax revenue for a warehouse, already. And they have another one coming in, and then he's going and going to try to get the Inter-Royal.
God forbid we
squared
don't
away.
have a damn data center yet.
Oh my God. It's like, I'm just like, the more he talked, the more irritated I got about what's not happening here. It's really frustrating.
It's been like that since he's been in office. It's been a constant, more things coming. And
But you would think then, why wouldn't you reach out to him and say, hey, it looks like you got a pretty good plan going, and reach out to other, area selectmen, mayors, councils. Hey, what are you guys doing? How, who are you using to market this? Who's your grant writer? He said his grant writer got poached. There had to have been that means the town was reaching out trying to find people. Have we done that?
Means they're doing something right. They don't go after
Right.
people that suck.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So comment here. People cannot just go and ask to have video from surveillance cameras. There are definitive requirements to review footage that is made by somebody because of what he does for a living.
Yeah.
You know, you know who that is?
I think I do, but
Say it.
Ryan Kenneth?
No. It happened to be your husband.
Oh, Rich.
Rich Wasilek.
So yeah, I mean the request. Well, I think it was Jen mentioned the FOI request, but I mean if there's something that happened, if there's some kind of vandalism or something, you're calling the cops. The cops will then go and look at the videos and see if they have it on there. But we don't have access to that in the borough here. The monitors are locked in the trooper's office, and we do not access the trooper's
And I've seen
office.
that.
Yeah,
I've seen
well,
that.
anyone
Because
can
it was
see
my old office.
Right. Well, no. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
one
at
of
the
them
beginning.
back
Yeah,
there,
it was. Yeah.
I mean, at the borough dedication and open house we had the other day, it was open. We had Trooper Winglowski there, and it was open for everyone to see. You can see all the monitors up, you can see the whole wall full of it, and it's a locked door that we do not have a key for.
Yeah.
So we don't have access to that room. We cannot check monitors.
Speaking of the borough, we are going to have Tim Sharkey and Lori Sorter Friday.
Cool.
Right here at 9 a.m. here on
Awesome.
SNSN. So
Good.
it's refreshing to see a public official who goes out and gets information and tries for grant money and talks to everyone he can find, to everyone he can. Boy, here we go. Everyone he can, to find out where Plainfield can fit and where the money is to help them achieve their goals.
Yeah.
Daryl wants to know, why not Wirewind? If Plainfield is getting this, why
Right.
not Griswold?
Right.
And Daryl's a Plainfield resident.
Yes. Yep. So the SIF grant he mentioned, that I believe is the 8.7 million that we got for the infrastructure.
I think the big piece for Griswold is going to be that infrastructure.
That'll
on
be huge.
164.
It'll be huge.
And
once
then I
it's-
think you're going to see the dominoes fall.
hopefully, yep. And 201.
So-
We need the infrastructure up 201 as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that's obviously a big piece. But you're right. Wirewind, what's going on there? We don't know what's happening. There's no information coming out from anyone.
Naomi, once again, I'm not asking to see video footage. I'm asking as a grandmother and taxpayer for answers on where the videos are going.
To the
How
police.
are they being stored? Who has access to these videos? We have a police department.
Mhm.
Then I would call the police
Right.
department.
I was going to say,
would
yeah,
think,
the police are the ones monitoring them. So they could probably answer all that, like what server they're on and all that stuff. I don't.
Yeah,
mean,
I
that's
would
on them.
think that if the police are monitoring it, that's where you would want to go ahead and,
Yeah,
and look into it.
It's not monitored 24/7, I wouldn't imagine, but
because we have a police department. I wanted to know if they were the office in charge. Why would there be a problem? Doesn't everyone want to know who's watching their children? All right, put it this way.
What?
If you're in the public, everybody's watching.
yeah, if you're
Everybody's
in the public,
watching.
right? Everybody's has. I
If
mean,
you're
anybody,
downtown, everybody's watching.
and not even just cameras on, that the town has put up. I mean, everyone's on their cell phone recording, and I mean, yeah, unfortunately, your kids are being recorded.
Yeah.
In
In all
one
due
way or
respect,
another.
Naomi, but if you're walking in a public area,
Mhm.
and you don't want anybody to see your children or your grandchildren, then put them in an invisibility cloak,
Mhm.
because someone's going to see
Yeah.
them. Someone's running their phone,
Yeah.
and ain't a damn thing you or I can do about it.
Yeah, or a dash cam. I mean, even something as simple as a dash cam.
Exactly,
Somebody driving,
exactly.
and your kids are on a dash cam because they're walking on the side of the road. I mean, it's everywhere.
Right. And Daryl said, no one's watching your children unless they're breaking the law. And
Right.
then they're
Well,
creepers,
that too.
you
Right.
know?
If they're doing things they shouldn't be doing, then
Yeah.
they're on camera, and the police will see that.
I know a lot of kids in town because of what we do by
Mhm.
broadcasting sports. And kids will come up to me and they'll say, hey, Mike, what's up? High
Mhm.
five, right? And a parent who's there who may not know who I am, which is very often, they'll look at me like,
Like, who's this dude? Why is he
You
with
know,
my kid?
and then I literally have to say, oh, we broadcast some of their games.
Yeah.
Then
Yep.
At halftime, I don't even recognize the kids because they don't have a helmet on.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Or they don't have their jersey
Yeah.
on, their number.
yeah. So, Rich, somebody you know.
Yep. Maybe.
It's like I don't even know you. A lot of the cameras go to dispatch centers and are quote unquote watched when possible in most communities. A lot are linked throughout the state now, and well as can pick up certain aspects of profiles to ping for protection, such as plates.
Yeah, the LPRs. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for not doing a voice to text there, sir. I could actually understand what you were saying.
He doesn't even do voice to text. That's just his fingers and his autocorrect.
Oh, Daryl, why? Why? He goes, oh, that's Mike. He owns the white van with the puppies and free candy.
Jesus.
And that is tonight.
With the blacked out windows.
We will be giving away candy tonight. So weird. Jeez, throw it out there, Daryl. Now, let's see, Jennifer throwing me under the bus a little bit more.
Perfect.
Daryl Nadu, the windowless van that's parked down by the river. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah.
Good
the one you
times.
visited last night?
Oh.
Melissa, it was just a joke. I swear to God, it was just a joke. You know exactly where I was last night. So I wasn't in the van down by the river. My van's got windows.
It does.
And candy and ice cream. But I keep it for myself. Look at my figure. You know? She goes, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So did Rich. Ouch. And Jen goes, ouch.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Give you credit on that. All right. So what else? I don't even know where to go from there.
Thankfully, Jennifer and I are friends.
Yeah.
So she knows that. I wouldn't say that kind of a joke. I would probably use that kind of joke with like you or Rich.
Yeah.
Rich would be really funny, to be honest with you. Where were you last night, Rich? You know, there's only a snapshot of people that I would probably use that joke with. And Jennifer,
get away
today,
with
you
it.
win. You win today, Jennifer. So anyway, all right. So we have it's election season.
It is.
It's 1 week from today.
Thank God. Oh my God.
Don't start that crap because after the election you're gonna find something else to do.
Sleep.
No.
Yeah.
Jen goes, we're besties.
Yeah, it's election season. I've learned a lot during all of this, and I've learned that it's way more involved than I ever thought.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's very time consuming. It's a lot. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Tuesday night.
Between Rich and you, I don't know who's busier, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean,
you two
anybody
are
who's campaigning.
nuts.
I mean, anyone who's in this they're busy. It's a lot. It's temporary, and that's what I keep telling
I know
myself.
Tina's
it's
busy.
temporary.
I know Wayne's busy.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
Rich, Martin.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's temporary. We have 1 week left.
Yeah.
We can breathe a little bit.
You know what I like about this election, honestly, is that there's some good, healthy competition,
Mhm.
but the Republican and the Democratic nominated candidates, they all have the same goal
Mhm.
for the town, and that's unity.
Mhm.
You know, of course, the easy answer would be, oh, economic development. No, it's unity.
Mhm.
And that's something that we haven't, I, as a resident, don't see that we
You haven't felt that, yeah.
No,
And
at
it's
all.
not just the selectmen that are running. It's the entire slate, I think, for both
Yeah.
parties. Nothing's been nasty. Everyone just wants to do what they feel is best for the town and what the residents want. Right down the line. So
Yeah.
it's that's one thing. Luckily, we haven't had to deal with is any nasty, back and forth or animosity or digs or, anything like that. We haven't had to manage anything like that. And it's been nice.
It has. It's been nice to see, between, everybody involved,
Mhm.
what the election's been like so
Yep.
far. So we'll have to, it's all going to come down to a head next week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Registration for those people who do want to register to vote. There is registration. You can go down to town hall today from 9 to 8, 9 a.m.
Yep.
this morning to 8 p.m. tonight. They'll be in the registrar's office during like normal business hours till 3, and then 3 to 8 in the main meeting room. So anyone who's looking to register to vote for next week can go down there and take care of that today.
Yeah. Jennifer, who is one of the registrars, says we all want what's best for the town. We may not always agree.
No, of course not. And
we can still play in the same sandbox. And Jesus, that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't want to always agree. That's not how you get things done.
Exactly.
I mean, you want to disagree and have some healthy, differing opinions. Yeah, that's okay.
All right, so make sure everybody, if you are not in there, we would really like it if you jumped us.
I'm sorry. If you did what now?
I said jumped us.
Jumped us? Are we back to the white van
no,
discussion?
There's cameras. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's cameras. Not monitored, but
the police will be in there monitoring those.
I can see Trooper Martin going, what the hell is that? I guess I gotta go see what that's all about. Oh, we're very fortunate to have Trooper Martin.
Mm-hmm. Ellen Glowski, both of them are very, very cool, very easy to work with, very down to earth.
When Glowski looks like he's 12.
He does. He has that baby
I almost
face.
can't take it serious.
I know.
It's like, wait a minute.
Like he's going to be carded buying lottery tickets. Yeah, I know. But I assure you, he is.
He walks in. He's in his full uniform. I'd like to get let's see, Aces High. I see your ID, sir. I'm a trooper. Yeah, we know.
I've seen him in plain clothes once, and I didn't recognize him. I really thought he was because you're just so used to seeing, and he was down there, and I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't realize it was you.
Like I said, I see that with kids all the time. Young. It's like, you see them in the football field, right? And you see their number, you know who they are. Right? You see them walking around with their mom or dad. It's like, hey, Mike, how are you?
Hey.
Hi. And then I'll actually recognize the parent.
Yeah.
Because the parent is the one that's in the stands,
screaming and yelling.
Jesus, ref! What the hell is wrong with you? And there we go.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, so it's coming to a close. It's good. It's good for business for us because it gives us a lot of fodder.
It certainly does.
But we also have other conversations to have yet before it's all said and done. So let's see. Friday, we're going to have actually nothing to do with the election, but we're going to have the borough in.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have the borough warden, Tim Sharkey.
Yep.
And which I'm glad because it's nice to see that he's getting better.
Yep.
After his recent surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to see that he's progressing well. And we'll have also Lori Sorter, 1 day removed of the birthday girl.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori.
I don't sing.
Happy birthday to you.
I sent her a GIF on Facebook.
Ooh.
That's what I do.
It's funny because you do that. People look at me and go, "Oh, that's because you're supporting the Democratic Party."
Oh.
And I'm like, "No, I'm supporting a person,
a friend
and
of yours." Yeah,
I
know.
Get off it.
I know. Yeah, it's not about party at this level. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be for the most part.
How many times have we talked about that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we live in Griswold, folks. We're
not in DC. We're not in Hartford.
No.
Let's come on. We just need to get a few things done around here.
I mean, we're not taking our political acumen from watching House of Cards, or something like that. Nobody's getting killed yet. No. Boy, that's a show. Have you ever watched
No. I'm not a big TV watcher.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm not a really big. I watch Monday Night Raw.
Shocker.
And Friday night, shocker. Friday night SmackDown there. But actually, my son-in-law years ago got me hooked. He goes, "Have you ever seen House of Cards?" I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to make that kind of commitment." I'm talking real fast. Why? Because I've downed a cup of coffee already. And he says, "So you got to watch it. It's really good. It's with Kevin Spacey." Oh, wait a minute. Isn't he the guy that? Yes, but the show is good.
Okay.
So I watched it, and this is one thing I found out about DC, if this is at all true. You know how like you have you need like if you have a protagonist, you need a good
yeah,
antagonist,
of course.
right? You know, good bad guy.
Yeah,
A bad guy is only if you have a good guy,
Right.
And vice versa. No, they're all bad guys.
Oh. But some of them think they're the good guys. Like they act like they're the good guys, or they try to make you believe they're the good guys, and then you
try
find
to make you believe. Oh no, but they don't even believe it themselves.
Mhm.
You know, they know what their end game is.
So it's kind of like DC, like all the politicians.
Yeah.
They're all. I don't know any of them that are, I guess, would be considered a good guy.
Anyway, they killed him off at the end of the show.
All of them?
No.
Oh, like who
Kevin
killed him
Spacey
off?
because
Oh.
there was that scandal.
Oh,
Which he
okay.
cleared himself of. And it's all said and done.
Interesting.
You know what? I don't care in his personal life. Right? If he did something wrong, and
I don't
you gotta
know.
do whatever.
I
He's
don't
an
follow
amazing
him.
actor.
I don't follow him. I don't know what he's done or hasn't done.
He's an amazing actor. Anyway, all right. So we have the Borough coming in, and then we have one more time. Tina Falk will be in, and of course Wayne Malin will be in one more time, Monday, Tuesday, respectively, next week, to try to get some final words in right before the election. So if anybody has any questions for our candidates, get them now, and then tune in. Monday, Tuesday. So that
Sounds
way.
good.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go. Let's see. Kathy's gonna make breakfast.
Sure. Yes, I'll make breakfast.
She ain't making
No,
breakfast.
I'm not making breakfast.
Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at SNSN. Kathy, thank you. We'll see you Thursday.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Then I think so too. Have a good day.
See ya.